And when I was me, everyone that jumped out, I was like really like shit scared of. But every time I went, I'm not going to hang around with you, mate. I said, listen, if anyone's seen my ship, right, the pearl is somewhere over there, mate.
No, Amber Heard is shivering somewhere right now.
I think you might have just cost us
Okay.
a couple $100,000.
Send me the bill. Invoice me.
Hey, whoa.
That's the Tony Stark maneuver. Invoice me.
I will. Should we do it? I mean, look, my co-hosts aren't here. We completely got ditched. We just got off a panel at VCon. Hey, what are you drinking?
A little whiskey.
Can I get some whiskey?
Yes.
Yeah.
Logan needs a whiskey.
I like some whiskey if there's
Logan needs a whiskey.
Caitlin, if you could please facilitate some alcohol.
Risky.
Damn.
A little risky.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere here. I know I was late, Liam. I'm sorry.
That's okay. I've been sat here and entertaining.
They were texting me. They said you're really fired up and you were telling some good stories. Thank you, Dylan.
I've got a lot of stories to tell.
I'm so excited, dude.
This is great.
We just had a sick panel too.
Oh yeah?
I mean, you and I. I mean, you were there.
Oh, you were on. Oh, okay. I thought you.
I was the one
you meant another panel.
No, you and I. I was the one to your left at VCon.
Yes.
On stage.
My scooter brother.
We scootered in. Can we start, by the way?
Yeah, start the show.
Caleb, we've been rolling.
Yeah.
Real loose start to the day.
Loose off the goose.
I think it's because the Chick-fil-A just arrived. George is just standing there eating it. You know, it's fine. You don't have to participate.
I'm gonna wait to eat.
I'm all good, man.
All right, you probably eat healthy and stuff.
Guys,
Does he look like he eats fucking Chick-fil-A, bro?
Yeah,
Dude,
you're a stud in real life, bro. You look great. I mean, you look good in the photos, but I'm going to start over.
Hey, guys. Welcome back to Impaulsive, the number one podcast in the world. Thank you guys for listening, watching, viewing, and subscribing. We are here in Minneapolis, Minnesota with Liam Payne.
Holy shit.
Liam Payne.
Thank you.
That's cool.
Yes.
Now that's One Direction.
You never know whether to cheer for yourself at that point. I've been caught in that position a few times. Fuck it. Sometimes I do cheer for myself. Why not?
Bro, you deserve some cheers.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
People were cheering for you at VCon.
Yeah, that was good.
It was. By the way, I'm seeing some feedback on Twitter regarding.
What do you think? Let's cut to the viewers.
Took a screenshot of one of the tweets I saw. Why did I? Wow.
You gotta be careful you don't end up in the wrong folder there.
Okay, you ready? Here's the tweet. Austin Hurwitz said, "Don't let preconceived biases shut you off from opportunities and experiences. Happy I opened myself up to listening to Liam Payne and Logan Paul speak today at VCon. To my surprise, the most human conversation I've sat in on here in Minneapolis."
Wow.
Whoa. I mean, there was a lot of big words.
I
I understood some of them. That was amazing. What a great turnaround.
It was good, right?
But she hated us. I'm joking.
She did. Yeah.
She doesn't anymore.
Prior. No, we won Austin over. But dude, thanks for coming on Impaulsive. Number one podcast in the world. That's a fact. Why would I lie about something like that? We've been trying to get you on, I think, for some time now. We've been crossing circles, and I understand you have sat here before I walked in. I was late, 5 minutes late. Sorry. And you almost fought Quavo at a club or something. Did I miss a story that happened? Like what?
Wait, well, I'm sorry. What? Wait, what? Hold on. This is great.
Okay. This is wild. Are we going straight in with that? I didn't know that's what we were going to lead with.
Yeah, please lead with that.
Well, we were at Neon Carnival. I was a little bit wasted. I had a good time. And I had a small table in the back somewhere that I was kind of chilling on. And my manager was having a conversation with somebody about like moments in life when you can't back down and da-da-da. Then suddenly this moment happened where all these rappers jumped on my table. And I was over a fence away, but when I turned around, my table was full. And I'm like, who are these guys? Yeah. So I had my old shirt off and whatever, and I was all drunk and stuff. So I just thought, screw it, I'm going to vault the bar, whatever. So I vaulted over and landed right in the middle of everyone. And everyone's looking at me and the security looking at me.
Yourself?
And I'm like, well, I was with him.
Okay.
And he was like, I think this is probably his proudest moment that I stuck my card to my guard on this one. But I turned around and I was like, everyone was all like really like super chill, whatever. So I was like being really annoying. So I was like slapping people in the back to say hi, but like really feminine.
Okay,
like, good to see you, bro. Like, how you doing? Like, you don't want to sit by me, sort of situation. And then I noticed Quavo, and I'm like, oh, we've sold 1 billion records together. How are you doing? He's like, oh yeah, good to see you. Not that's how Quavo talks. He probably says like,
yeah.
And yeah, I mean, it was just a really weird, funny situation, but it could have gone completely AWOL because I decided to vault the barrier.
Oh yeah, because.
They didn't know.
Right, they didn't know. And also, when I'm
some random white dude with his shirt off, and
Well, you're pretty recognizable. Like A lot of people know who
This
you
is
are.
an interesting conversation. I often think that when I meet someone, I expect them not to know who I am before I go there, and I always feel like I have to. Sometimes you have these awkward conversations with people where like you say your name and then they don't kind of click onto who you are, and it's like, do I bother to go to the next level to explain to you who I am, or does it really matter in this situation?
You shouldn't. You should. I think if anyone assumes that no one knows who you are, it's like a good baseline level of humility. You know?
Exactly.
And I want to say that my also first interaction with you yesterday, you had your shirt off.
I did, yeah.
And looked like he was ready to vault over a fence.
I don't know. I was quite a big guy a few months ago, so I'm going to celebrate.
No, as you should. It was just an interesting juxtaposition. Now, then seeing you today wearing a polo.
And still a nude somehow. You know, it still could be like camouflage.
Yeah, not. You know, I wasn't checking you out or anything, but you're in great shape.
Thank you, man. Yeah, I mean, I've been training at the moment. In the UK, we play this game called Soccer Aid, and it's a bunch of professional soccer players like Ronaldinho's played in the past, and mixed with celebrities. So I'm the captain of the England team currently at the moment, who's never kicked a football in his life, by the way.
I was going to ask
I've
you.
had to learn for 3 months. So, you were saying earlier about like projects that come along. I find my life is a lot like that. Like I ended up designing for Hugo Boss, and that wasn't part of the thing. I did an underwear commercial for them. I did this, I did that. And that's kind of why like jumping into football and stuff, it's like for me, I get to play a role for a certain amount of months. I put my arse into everything that I do. So, I mean, I've trained like an absolute, I was trained twice a day, 6 times a week, it's crazy. To learn how to play football. So hopefully I'm something half decent and earn a captaincy.
Well, it's really cool now watching your career because you get to do things like this, and you had such a fast, explosive, and global come up. So you were part of One Direction, probably the biggest boy band of all time, and has yet to be replicated. Like I don't know if there's besides like the K-pop bands.
Yeah, I think some of the K-pop bands have kind of reignited the thing. I mean, obviously we had 5 Seconds of Summer as well. They did pretty well. I mean, if I was to explain to you, we talk about One Direction for a second, like what I think about how One Direction happened, because I've never really spoken about this before. But I believe that at the same time, it was when worldwide Twitter trends had just started when we went on the show. So every night the UK would kick up the action on One Direction. It would become a trend in the UK, but then it would trend worldwide. And then people around the world would go, oh, what is this? And then they would click on, and then they'd find people that like the same thing they like, and da-da-da-da-da. So I actually think it was a perfect storm scenario of technology mixed with something that was, I mean, I don't want to say we were very good on the show because we were very put together on the show. We got very good at what we did. But it made this land wave of fans. And for me, while I was in there, the biggest thing to ever come out of X Factor was a band called JLS, and they were very big in the UK. So when we got where we got to, I thought, oh, we'll be just like JLS, like we'll be big in the UK. And then like we started closing down streets in the UK, and like one little girl like broke her leg by crossing the road, and so they would close down streets for us and stuff. I thought, okay, this is getting a little bit strange. I'm like 16 years old, right? So I thought, I know what I'll do. If it gets too big, I'll move to Australia. And then the very next day after X Factor, right, you're going to Australia, and my name had already beat me there. And that's when I knew I was like, oh, okay, this is where we're going to go next. No, where's the escape button? There's no,
No, and then you just took off. I mean,
that's it.
I mean, it also the product that you guys made, and I think like any like rapid expansion always falls back. Rapid expansion falls back on the quality of the product that's being delivered. Your music was fucking fantastic. Your music now is fantastic. You're very talented. I saw you perform last night with Steve Aoki.
Yeah, it was great. I mean, it's been, I say on my solo career, the one thing I've struggled with is writing for myself. And I think I've just figured that out in the last few weeks with the project that I want to do. But in the band, it was kind of fun to write. You were almost jumping through hoops, and it's kind of like we let the first album go by. I think I wrote a couple of songs on the first album. But once you knew what the people wanted, it's very easy to redo it again, and you know that the hoops you have to jump through, right? And the one thing we did very clever in One Direction, if you go back and listen to the albums now, is that every time we made a new album, we slightly turned the influence of rock up, to the point where on the fifth album, I had the main singer from the Eagles message Niall and be like, that's the best song you've ever written, and it was one of the songs that we wrote.
Wow.
I mean, the amazing things, and this is what was nice for me at the end to become an accomplished rock star, because you want to be in a boy band, but you don't want to be in a boy band that's cheesy, you know what I mean? It's like that kind of makes you edge away from it a little bit, not to say. But for us, we became like a solidified rock band purely because of the peers around us, and being people like Eddie Vedder, being, what's his face from the Eagles. It's like they actually gave us props for what we did.
I have a question. When they grouped you guys in the X Factor, it was the X Factor. Did Did you know?
I've ruined everything. Liam Payne, I'm sorry.
A little nipple tickle there.
Liam, it was so far away from
He's
you,
about
Rob.
to vault over the table.
I don't know
right now.
how.
Take his shirt off.
I don't know how often you're dealing with microphones, but it was like.
Am I too far? Am I close enough now?
That's it. Personally, I like hearing you
It's
in
like
my
Liam
earlobe.
ASMR.
I like hearing you right just in my skull. So
Okay, perfect.
So,
Hey, today's video is sponsored by SeatGeek. Live events are finally back. We're excited, whether it's football, baseball, basketball, concerts, MMA, or festivals. SeatGeek puts tickets from all over the web in one place to make buying simple. SeatGeek is the absolute best place to buy tickets. Got the app on our phone here. There's definitely a few UFC fights coming up, so I definitely want to check it out. Might be a good idea to start searching the app for tickets right now. They rate every ticket from 0 to 10 to make sure you're getting a good deal. Green means good, red means bad, and we've got a hookup for you. Use the code Logan for $20 off tickets at SeatGeek. That is $20 off your first purchase with the promo code Logan. Make sure you click the link in the description to download the app.
I'll do it.
Now back to the show.
when I first watched you guys kind of come together, I thought it was kind of like a thing that the X Factor pretended to do.
manufactured.
Yeah,
No.
I thought it was fake. So my question is, if you're showing it is real, so like when you met the other members of the band, were you like, oh fuck this, bro, or you kind of like,
No, not at all. No. I'll be honest with you. When I met the other members of the band, I mean, as a kid, I didn't really have a tremendous amount of friends. I wasn't used to like rowdy guys, and I kind of hung around with my dad a lot, if I'm honest with you. My dad was the reason that I went on the show. But I'd already been on the show 2 years prior to the band being made. And what happened when I was on the show the first time, I went on and I sang, and I got from 180,000 people down to the last 24. So it's a step before like you're like making it. And Simon kicked me off. And then the weirdest thing happened, all the contestants, there was Simon had dinner with me and my mom. And the manager of One Direction was at that dinner. But he also worked around X Factor for a very long time. I know this is a high conspiracy theory. So we had dinner, and Simon was like, I'm really sorry I had to let you go. Like, I didn't want to let you go, but you have to go and get your education and come back in 2 years. And at this point, I was really mad at Simon because I thought I beat the kid that got through. I was like, I know that I outdid that, you know. Sorry to that kid. Well, not sorry.
Where is that kid now? Where is he?
He has a nice life. So then 2 years later, I spent 2 years of my life going around singing everywhere from stadiums, myself being the Wolf Stadium, the football stadium that I grew up in, to old people's homes, to like in pubs, like whatever, to the point where at the start of it, I was getting paid so much money that I'd never seen money like it before, because we didn't have any money when I was a kid, and so it was amazing. And then towards the end of it, through my dad's drive and my drive, the car ride to the venue would be more than I'd be getting paid in fuel to go and sing, but my dad would take me and do that anyway. So I've seen fame go up, and then I've also been in places where I've been ridiculed, where I was in a McDonald's once with the girl I was with at the time, and like everybody in the city knew who I was, so I got to take a bite out of a fucking burger, and then this guy just goes, X Factor reject, and the whole fucking thing looks at me. So I'm like, 15 years old, no security. I've tried to do something and haven't done it, but because I haven't moved, now I'm up for people ridiculing me. Anyway, fast forward. I go on the show, and it's very obvious on X Factor who's going to do well because the cameras follow you all the time. And I became like everyone's nemesis at like boot camp, which was a really weird place to be, because they're like, oh, that's the kid that was on before and da-da-da, whatever. So I had a lot of that sort of stuff. And I'm still only 16, by the way. So I myself wouldn't have put me through, if I'm honest with you. I don't think I was good enough for the standard of what it was. I think I landed perfectly where I was. We got kicked off, all of us, and then me and Niall were about to go and get the train in Houston, and this woman came running behind us and was like, yo, like, please come back, the judges want to speak to you. And they'd already done this to me once, so I was like, what the, are you going to mess with my emotions some more? Like, I'm already crazy enough, thank you very much. Like, I'm not sure I need this. And then they stood there and picked us out, and they picked a girl by now at the same time. And from what I've heard is that, like, part of the reason One Direction was made was because of Simon's promise to me that in 2 years, I'll make this work for you.
Wow.
So he kind of started with my face and then worked around the rest. I've never told that story before.
You were the inception.
I was the honorary member of One Direction, yes. And he told me that story himself in his house.
Wow.
How were the rest of the people? I gotta preface this question, by the way. I'm old. I'm like 90, bro. So for me, like my
You're not that old.
Well, my boy bands are like Backstreet Boys,
NSYNC.
NSYNC.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like so like Dylan's been like briefing me, and of course I know you guys and respect you guys heavily, and you guys have crushed it. But how did they choose the rest of the group?
That bit I don't know.
Got it.
That bit I don't know. I should ask my ex-partner, actually, because she was part of the choosing of that. She was there on that day. Yeah, I don't know how they chose the rest of them, but I mean, they made the right choices. You know, it's crazy, and to see where we got to now. I mean, the very first time I met them, I was like, this was not aired on TV, and I don't know why I did this, but there was just something inside me that I had to just put my flag in the sand early. But I've been doing this. This was my last chance to do what I do, and I've been doing this for a very long time now, and I've experienced all of it. And like the guys who were behind me have literally just jumped on the show, and now they're going through. So I was like, can I have 5 minutes to decide? This was just before One Direction was made. So I went out and I called my dad. I was like, Dad, this is weird. I know I just told you I'm out, but they want to put me in a boy band. Like, what do you think about it? He said, well, you can either be 100% of nothing or 1/5 of something. And I thought, very clever, Jeffrey. So I went outside and I said, yeah, I'm in. But you know what? It's like I say, I wasn't used to like rowdy guys and whatever else. And like,
Were the boys rowdy?
in particular, a couple of them, yeah.
Which ones?
Like Louis was wild. And he wanted to be wild, and that's his spirit. And also, he's my best mate now. But in the band, we hated each other. Like to come to blows, hate each other.
Whoa.
Like it was close. But it's like his journey than mine was a little bit different. I was gifted every week with the fact that I got to sing the first verse because my job was, because I'd done so many gigs before, they'd send me out to sing with a camera of 20 million people watching with the red light on, and I wouldn't freeze. And then everybody else would go, it's okay, it started.
That's crazy how you have like roles that you fulfill.
Yeah.
Each member of the
And they
band, I
change.
assume.
They
Okay.
change, but- And what you find in bands is whoever's not singing so much will find their voice behind the stage. And Louis did find his voice behind the stage, and he found his voice later on in the rest of the albums. And I would happily say now, without him doing that, even though sometimes it was the absolute death of me, he made all the right choices that I wouldn't have made. So it's like the weirdest thing ever. There was me leading the band from the front on stage and making sure everybody's in the right position and stuff. There's him from behind the stage making critical decisions on what songs we do, whereas I'm like, I don't even know if I like this song or not. But he knew what we should be. He knew what he wanted to identify as. And, that's why he's out and touring at the moment as well. So hats off to him. And I know you wouldn't mind me saying any of this, but he was crucial, even without the singing at the start.
You said you took almost blows at each other, but was that... Oh, sorry. God,
Welcome
man,
to the
what's
podcast,
up with you and
man.
mics?
Well, you've been doing it on the past.
I'm so sorry.
It's because
bro.
you don't have headphones on.
Yeah.
Hey, before you ask that question, miss the Emery Hotel plug again for the 12th fucking time.
We suck.
Great hotel, Emery Hotel, Minneapolis, Minnesota. Thanks for having us. Rustic decor, lighting is fantastic.
They have steel
Steel
beams,
beams.
they're
That might
everywhere.
even be marble. There's a fucking whole restaurant, coffee shop.
The column's nice.
The restaurant's amazing.
The restaurant's nice.
My question is, was the beef between you guys and Justin Bieber?
Whoa, just Roland said, fuck the whole discussion.
You're
on the
out of
One Direction,
control.
And just,
Whoa.
I like it.
Between
No, I really want to know
me and
because
Louis or-
I've always wanted to know.
No. So what happened would be, I mean, listen, this stuff just happens anyway, right? So we had a similar thing with The Wanted, and with the Bieber one, I think it was me, and we used to go back to the hotel, and I'd get absolutely wasted, and we used to play this game called Ring of Fire with a card. You draw a card, each card means something, whatever else. We do absolutely. I fire extinguished someone's room with the powder fire extinguisher, and he was orange for like 8 weeks. And so one night I was like on Instagram Live at the same time, and like I was drunk at the time when I said it, and I was like, someone said something about Justin Bieber to me or whatever, and I wasn't even meaning to offend him. I wanted to offend them, and this is where this can go wrong if you start fighting with people online for no reason.
100%.
I was like, well, I mean, the only thing between me and him is I haven't been arrested. So then it started some like beef thing of
That's
like whatever.
so late. That's
right?
light,
That
right?
shot's
light.
fired,
So then it
bro.
started
No,
some
it's
beef.
fucked up, man.
No, it's not.
Coming at my boy Biebs like that? I'm just kidding.
Bro, I'm a smooth criminal. I don't get arrested for anything.
Doesn't get caught.
And so it started this thing. So then everybody started getting a bit like, you see each other at award shows, and obviously like we're boys in the band, you're like a boy, not in the band, so it makes sense that we should hate each other, right? Yeah. So like, and obviously our fan base is cross-generate. So it's actually as much the fans pushing this boundary as you are.
Yeah.
So I thought, you know what, screw it. We're at the show. The boys in my trailer are getting a bit rowdy. I don't want to see any violence, man. So I thought, very Matthew McConaughey. I thought I'll just go and say hello to him. So I knocked on his door, went in and had a chat with him, and I was just like, we started talking, and it was in a different place in Bieber's head at this point. He'd come through all of the, skirting around in Lamborghinis on the thing, all that stuff.
Oh yeah.
He'd grown as a person, and literally, it was sitting with him and having that conversation, and I was like, dude, he's like, I've always felt for you. I said, number one, I've done all the things that you've done, and I've never been caught for any of them. So that's number one.
Yeah.
Number two, is that legal if I say that? Am I now caught for doing something? I never did
No.
any of those things.
What's it called?
Well, he's talking about statute of limitations.
Statute.
Yeah, exactly. I'm out of it.
You're talking
I'm out
about
of
like
it.
jaywalking and that kind
I
of
said
thing.
to him, number two, I said, you know what, I've always really felt for you, mate. And I think in our situation, we all suffer from the same disease in this. I said, and when I look at my boys, so I turn left and right, I've got someone who's going through exactly what I've gone through. I know in your camp, you're you, and there's no one like you, so you can't turn around and have that shoulder. And he was like, bro, that's giving me chills.
Yeah.
And we became friends immediately.
You said that on the panel today.
Yeah.
And I told you, I related to that too. It is a different ballpark when you're in it solo. And Bieber definitely went through the ringer.
Dude, and listen, I say this to every young kid coming into this business. As soon as I meet them, I'm like, look, if you want to call me, I'm not trying to like put ownership over you that I know more than you or any of that kind of crap. All I'm saying is, if something happens, like, call me, and any help I can give you, I will give you. But if I can't, then I'll find somebody who can, basically. Yeah. So it's like, trying to help each other, because we're all not. I don't want to say suffering from the same disease. It makes it sound very like sad and horrible and like, oh, whatever. But it is. We all have this thing about us that we have to live with. That's part of our fame. And I think it's better if we all stick together than start, throwing the V's at each other.
I agree. I also think a boy band versus like a solo artist, like actual brawl, would have been highly entertaining.
No, I think Bieber could hold his own, man.
Oh, I'm sure he can. But one on
dude,
five.
I heard he could box. Like for real box.
I can see Bieber. When I watch Bieber, he's mastered every single instrument. He was playing drums since. I was not doing that. I was banging my head off stuff when I was his age, and crying to my mom. And then you watch him, if he picks up a hockey stick, he'll master the hockey stick. He's just one of those guys.
He's good at everything.
So I'm not going to say a thing. He probably pull out some, he was on that movie with Jackie Chan.
Oh yeah.
Karate Kid. He probably pull some flair out and just start high kicking everyone.
Beating the shit out of each other.
Imagine that, just Bieber just roundhousing everyone. Great movie. Roadhouse.
What movie in the beginning did Bieber get like brutally like? He got like shot 100 times via a machine gun.
Oh, was it like one of those like parody movies?
Yes, yeah, but they smoked
like
him.
Scary Movie or something like that.
Yeah.
So did you see him before the whole? This was after the like album show, because you guys had your own like Kanye West versus 50 Cent moment. Like where it was like whose album's gonna sell more fucking copies on the release date, right?
Yeah, this is the thing. I don't even know what any of that stuff was about, because I couldn't tell you who at that point had sold and hadn't sold more.
Right.
I know for us, one of the biggest accolades I ever remember about us was having the biggest selling tour in the world for 3 years in a row.
Yeah.
And everywhere we used to go, we used to beat the records in the venue, the records of this. So you know what? You didn't even look at that when you were in One Direction. It was really weird actually until it finished. And like I remember being on the phone to Lou after and being like, "Wow, like that was really something."
Like
until the dust clears, you're like, you might have did a little thing there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it was until the dust clears, it's like you don't appreciate it for what it is, and regrettably so actually, because I wish I'd have understood it more while I was in the middle of it. But like I mean, there was a point where people were saying, "Oh, you could probably fart Bar Black Sheep on a mic and it'd go to #1," and I was like, you just didn't appreciate it as much as you should have really.
Right.
Tunnel vision. You were like focused, and then when you're kind of
that was it.
Like,
No, you know what? We never got time to celebrate. That was the one thing in One Direction that I always hated. And so, I mean, I started to celebrate really early into award shows. I'd made sure I had a good time when I was there, because I knew I was going to be on a plane to Japan and like sleeping on the floor. We used to have really big security guards, and like I literally have slept like 14 hours on the floor to Japan before, and woke up on the floor and then like been greeted by 6,000 people.
So crazy, man. No, that's insane. How does a human brain comprehend something like that?
It doesn't, mate. It doesn't. I'm going to show you one picture, and I'll send it to you so you can flash it up. But it's always my favorite one. And this one, we were making our movie at the time, and I really hated the movie crew for doing this to me, because they woke me up and were like, "Oh, we need to do a shot with you out on the balcony here, whatever." And I'm like, "Yeah, okay, cool, I'll do it." And they always used to ask me, because I always used to say yes. So they wake me up, and I don't know what's going on outside, because I've only just landed in this country. I've never been here before. And they go, "Yeah, just walk out on the balcony." I walk out on the balcony. There's 15,000 people outside the hotel. And I'm on my own, which I'm not used to. And I was like going into like severe shock. I'm like, "Oh my God, like what do you say?" And then they start chanting my name, and I'm on my own. It was a really beautiful, lovely moment. But inside I was like, "Oh my God, this is terrifying." Like if I show you the picture. So, I mean, like for most people's like big concerts, like the O2 Arena is like 19,000. This was just our hotel. And I'm sure the hotel hated us because they had to provide like ambulance services, toilets, food, like. So that used to be everywhere we were.
Imagine being so famous that they have to give people toilets.
Dude, that's like some Beatles shit. Well, we're going to put it on the screen. We'll flash it up there. That's insane.
Ignore my smashed up phone. I'm very clumsy.
Yeah, that's wild, man.
Did you drop it vaulting over a fence with your shirt off?
To 15,000 people. That
Middle of the summer.
Yeah.
You try to keep your nuts shaved.
Yeah.
Because they get hot and sweaty, right?
Sure.
How do you do it?
Well, Manscaped. Summer's coming.
Yeah.
The sun's shining. Shirts are off. Your balls are smooth. You heard that right. Your friends at Manscaped are here to make sure your beach balls are as smooth as Floridian sand. In summer, you want to kill some cold beers and barbecues, not kill the vibe with pubes peeking out of your swim trunks. And that is why
Gross.
Manscaped has the Performance Package 4.0 to keep the party in your pants looking crisp and refreshing all summer long. Dive headfirst into summer by joining the 4 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped and get ready for a hot guy summer by going to manscaped.com for 20% off plus free shipping with the code Logan. This thing's waterproof and can help reduce the risk of nicks, ingrown hairs, and trimming accidents. 20% off free shipping with the code Logan. Manscaped.com. That's 20% off free shipping. Code Manscaped. Logan.com. Manscaped.com. Manscaped.com. Code Logan. This is the summer to turn your
Manscaped.com, code Logan. Go shop right now.
Manscaped.
Back to the episode. Bro, you were very much in vault mode last night as well. And I think before Logan got here, we were talking about your desire to get into some combat sports, right?
yeah.
Is that something? Because
I
that shit's hot right now.
be
Combat
honest with
sports are going nuts.
We spoke a little bit about this on stage, and I was identifying what you said. And when I was a kid, what people used to say to us was, "Oh my God, imagine the rooms you could get in." And what that meant was the writing rooms. So getting to work with people like Pharrell, whatever else. But for me, it extended over to business rooms and meeting people like Gary Vee and whatever else. Now for me, it's like, if there's a chance for me to jump in a ring and have a go and see what that feels like to be gladiatorial in the 21st century, I'm in. Like, let's do it.
It's the coolest thing ever.
Who would you
Unless
fight?
you get memed, bro, and then everything you've done in your life is
No,
No,
I
come on.
disagree. I disagree. I think for someone at his level, like you can't erase the resume.
No, I already see the memes. He went the wrong direction.
Oh fuck! You know
You
what?
don't want to do it. You
Yeah,
don't
that
want
could
the
work in two favors, though.
He went the right direction.
smoke. Went the wrong
No, listen.
direction.
I mean, you've been out there. You know what it feels like, and I don't know. I love boxing as a sport. I
Yeah.
think it's fantastic. And I like a bit of a ruckus, let's say.
Yeah.
Very British way.
For sure.
Your
I love a ruckus.
Your manager, that one holding the beer.
Yeah.
They're all just drunk. They're just sitting here.
No.
Oh, they're just sipping.
Well,
They're not getting
I know for a
drunk.
fact you boys were out till like what they say 6 a.m. in Minnesota. It's
Yeah, they
fine.
weren't
It's
messing
fine.
around.
Like you're some real English blokes.
Proper English, mate.
Is this guy your personal
Proper
trainer?
Peaky Blinders.
No, he told me.
Is
He
he?
told me. Do you do jujitsu or something? Yeah.
They gotta complimented you.
To
Yeah, we
say
met.
he does jujitsu is like listen.
Understatement.
He's the kind of person, right, where I just started to enjoy chess. So I'm at home like playing chess, like thinking I'm going to be like Robert Downey Jr. and Sherlock Holmes, like I'm going to be this like magical genius.
Yeah.
He comes into my house and sits down and says, "Yeah, we'll have a game." Has a game, beats me within 4 moves, and I'm like, "Okay, let's have another game."
Yeah.
Da, da, da. And third game, he goes, "Yeah, I used to be the county champion." I'm like, "Oh, bloody brilliant! Like
At
exactly
chess?
who I wanted to play." So ruined my dreams. When it came to fighting, there was one time in my house where I was explaining a story where somebody headbutt me once, and I overextended the headbutt, and I headbutted him in the nose.
You were recounting the story
Of someone headbutting me,
and you actually.
and I headbutt him. And literally all I saw was him stare back at me. He didn't bleed from here. He bled from here, so I knew I'd done something super serious, and I was like, "Oh, shit, this is about to go down." And he smiled at me, and I was like, "Yo." He double leg took me underneath.
Whoa!
Got me on the floor.
Whoa.
And then I just literally start thinking, I'm on the floor, so I don't really know what to do, but them ribs look mighty tasty right now. So I just start whacking him in the ribs, And he did two things, one to my wrist and one to my neck, and I went, "Yeah, okay, I'll do."
Hold on.
Like a
Wait, hold on.
fucking
The
pretzel.
fact that he
You fought-
smiled at you, that I would have shit my pants.
Bro, you fought
He
your
smiled at
manager.
me.
You fought.
Yeah,
You headbutt him.
We have a lot of fights, but I mean, we've been blessed to go in, and jiu-jitsu I love as a sport just because it's so concentrated. There's so many things, and it's a sensitivity to go in and fight in jiu-jitsu. And also, it made me change my judgment on anyone that I would ever even like try to
You can't tell
fight
nowadays.
with. No,
You can't tell nowadays who knows how to put an armbar on you.
Maurizio, who his like or grandfather invented jiu-jitsu,
Yeah.
and he's 109 kilos. He's 67. He sat on me the other week, and when he put his knee on me, and he knows how to put 109 kilos on a pinpoint, and I was like,
Oh my
like I was in a seminar the other day, and he accidentally made a guy fart, which I thought was really funny.
That's a sick super.
Could you go into detail for that? I would love to know how he made a
This
big fart.
poor guy, like they don't like questions because they are the gods at what they do. But Maurizio's explaining this maneuver, And some little brown belt at the back just decided, I thought I'll ask a question at this point. He deeply regretted it later on. He goes, oh, what about if I did this? And Maurizio just said, show me. show me. Brings him to the front. And then he did this whole thing. The guy tried to do what he did, and then the guy just got wrapped up. And then like Maurizio like lay back, and that's when he starts to put his energy into him, so he's losing all his oxygen. And then the guy just like, and this room was full of 80 people.
Oh man.
And me and him were like, poor fucker. Like, I've never asked Maurizio a question since, funnily enough.
No, he was being really enthusiastic about how tough you are. He was saying that when you guys do jiu-jitsu, you won't tap, you'll just fight till you throw up.
I've never tapped. I'd rather go out.
Just get knocked out, just unconscious.
I've been trying to put myself to sleep for years. I'd shake the hand of the man good.
Like, thank God, put me to sleep.
Yeah. Let me have a little rest, a little timeout.
So you fought your manager.
Yeah.
Have any of the boys in the group ever actually come to blows? Not almost come to blows, but actually.
We became very close at points. I think it was well known within the band that I don't like taking shit.
Right.
At a certain point. I made it very obvious. I'm not going to tell you how. And there was one moment where there was an argument backstage, and one member in particular threw me up a wall. So I said to him, if you don't remove those hands, there's a high likelihood you'll never use them again.
That is such a British thing to say.
It's just an awesome thing to say.
Wait, what did he say after that?
Oh, he just took his hands off.
Oh, amazing.
He went from Liam Payne to Liam Neeson
Yeah!
in like 2 seconds.
Right.
He's like, I have a very unique...
I don't know why you have your hands on me.
I have a very unique set of skills.
Got a very particular set of skills. Mine sounds more like Peter Griffin. I got a very particular set of skills.
From Quavo.
Dude, do you know? I've had an experience with one of your bandmates.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, and he was fired up. Do you know about this?
Which bandmate are we talking about? I already think I know, but just throw it in the mixer.
Our boy Zayn,
Ugh.
ex-bandmate, I should say.
Wayne Malik. Wayne.
Yeah, man. We were in Vegas, and well, all right. This is like my secondhand experience. It was Jake's experience with him.
You're just living off everyone else's.
Yeah,
experiences
vicariously.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I'm gonna start telling his stories in a minute and presenting them my own.
I was loosely involved, very
Okay.
loosely involved. Something happened where Jake said hi to Zayn, and he felt like your girl just spilled Coca-Cola.
Point the
everywhere.
camera at her. Put her on.
I
Put her
gotta
on.
see something like this.
Oopsie daisy.
He
It's not good for you anyways. Fuck that.
He said hi to Zayn, and Jake felt like Zayn was disrespectful to him, and he wanted to say what's up. And so Jake tweeted at him, and then he was screaming in his hotel room because the rooms were right next to each other. He was, and there was a video of it online, screaming in his hotel room. He was like, I thought my brother was about to fight Zayn, and then Gigi tweeted at Jay, calling him ugly and irrelevant, and that went crazy viral. And Jake is ugly.
She tweeted something about.
But he's not irrelevant.
Then she tweeted something about get yourself like a respectful man or something.
Yeah.
That one didn't age very well.
It didn't age.
No, listen. Before we go too deeply into this, there's many reasons why I dislike Zayn, and there's many reasons why I'll always be on his side. If I had to go through what he went through his growth and whatever else, your parents are very supportive.
Very, very.
My parents are overly supportive to the point where it's annoying at times, and they don't even mind me saying that. And Zayn had a different upbringing in that sense, and you can always look at the man for where he is and say, oh yeah, whatever, that guy's a dick, right? But at the end of the day, once you understand what he's been through to get to that point, and also whether or not he actually even wanted to be there, and also I'm so misunderstood by myself more than anyone. Like, I don't know what I'm doing or why I'm here. It's like I can't sit here and dick on him because of whatever. And listen, I don't agree with any of his actions. I can't commend some of the things that he's done. I can't be on his side for that. What I can say is I understand, and I hope that your only hope is that at some point in their life, the person on the other end of the phone wants to receive the help that you're willing to give them. That's all I'll say.
That's beautiful.
Absolutely.
How old are you?
28.
You're very wise.
Very.
Do you think you're?
I'm an owl.
What's empathy?
You're very wise. I'm an owl.
You think,
See how I made myself wise and then a knob in 10 seconds? That's the problem in my life.
No.
I
That,
love that.
dichotomy is fantastic.
It is.
You have to keep people guessing. Never
Okay.
let them know your next move.
Don't pigeonhole me. I don't like it.
How many bird references we got here? Owl, pigeonhole. What's next?
I actually have one question because I myself feel like I'm in a boy band, not a real singing one, but with my friends, we travel the world. We have a lot of good times. I feel like I'm a part of like a cute little boy band. But these two guys, they argue about females all the time. Did you guys ever have like a girl that you were fighting over or anything?
No, actually.
Anytime?
There's
Well,
no
by the
time-
way, I would never want to disrespect because you guys probably weren't running around with terrible choices of women.
Not this again. Not
But
this again.
Was there somebody
George.
like, she's mine, bro? And then you guys,
God is mine. She's mine.
you like
That
Michael
old-
Jackson?
That song's great. Him and Paul McCartney before they fell out. Did we ever have an argument over a girl? No, I don't believe so. I don't believe that ever happened. Was anybody ever with another girl that someone else was with? I definitely think that might have happened.
100%.
And were you
It
guys
wasn't
cool?
me.
Were you guys cool with that? Was
It wasn't me.
everybody-
I could ask them.
Yeah. But there was no animosity. Like there was no like that's my.
I don't know. I wasn't there.
Yeah, right.
I was out of the scene.
Yeah, right.
He's PR
It was
trained.
nothing to do with
He's
me.
so
No,
PR
I was so well trained. No, I wasn't really like. I'm not really like that. If I'm honest with you, I'm quite a calm individual.
You didn't seem very calm last night. That was my first time meeting you, and you seemed fired the fuck up. You had your shirt off. You had like a crazy glistening.
What would you do if you were me?
Exactly what you did.
Exactly.
I'd have my shirt off. By the way, I've been wanting to ask you this the whole time. Can you drop your skincare routine right now? Like, dude,
I've been asked this
bro,
a lot. I've been asked this a lot actually.
Holy shit!
And I'm currently working on a skincare routine that's coming out soon through the Paul and Paul designs.
Fantastic.
I don't know how you ended up with it, like a son of it, but you now represent me for
No,
this.
he
fine.
doesn't need any more companies, dude. Help
I'm
me.
gonna become the third Paul.
Liam
What would
Paul.
you- what do you think
I'll be
about
Logan
that?
Payne.
I'd still be LP. It still works. I don't have to change my tattoo.
Wow, we almost have the same name.
Oh my god.
What's your middle name?
James.
LJP. Yeah,
LJB
we-
inside the party.
Nice. We talked. Yo,
one more whiskey for me, please.
like this.
Okay, let's just get it rolling.
But
We're-
me too.
We were talking before.
2 whiskeys.
Such a bad idea.
No, it's not. It's a great idea. When's it ever a bad idea? It's only a
5:42.
bad idea the next day. Don't tell them what time it is. That makes us seem like absolute.
My bad.
What would you do if you were us?
I like that question. I'm gonna start asking that. Yeah. Go.
You know what? That's a funny thing, actually. The most thing I ever get said to me, right? So there's 2 things. So look, through that influence of like the girls being around you and whatever else, and having to grow up through that bit, it was like, oh, if I was you, I wouldn't have a girlfriend. I'd be doing whatever I wanted, and da 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 da. And it's like it's hard not to listen to that as a kid. So then there's a little thing building.
Yeah.
And I find I'm very influenced by energies around me and people around me for sure. And the most thing I ever get said to me was, oh, if I was you, I'd be dead by now. Imagine that. And I'm not, as far as I know.
No, you're doing
Well
great.
done.
But that makes sense.
As far as I know.
the majority.
You're killing it. Not really, but like you're doing good.
But no, I just think that every day. It's like, if I was you, I'd be dead by now.
Well, because the majority of people wouldn't be able to do it, dude. You know what I'm saying? It's fucking
says
crazy.
that, though?
It's just true.
No,
it's just
no,
a fact
no,
of
it
that.
is- it is
Bro,
true.
you have to
Do you get that
really.
said to
you
you a
re-
lot?
No.
It's a conversation opener for me. On
I
a
mean,
regular
bro,
basis.
there's a very big difference between being like a rock star and a fucking podcast host.
Well, boxer.
Hang on a minute, mate. You're a bit more than that. Let's
I'm being facetious,
Stop
but
dropping the,
but still like big difference, man. I never had the 15,000 people standing outside of my hotel shutting down streets in Peru.
I mean, you know what? Going back to that situation as well. I mean, I've spent a lot of time with psychologists, as you can probably tell.
I can't.
Yeah. And one of the biggest things that she told me when I was with her was that, you know, from the age of 16 upwards is one of the big things parents should give children of that age is freedom, which often it seems kind of counterproductive. But the cheapest security for the people outside and the people inside the building is the lock on the front door. So we used to get locked in our hotel rooms all the time. And what I find about my life now is I'm still in a syndrome sometimes where I become like almost agoraphobic in a way because I wait for work to tell me where to go. So the biggest thing in any therapy session or anything I ever do is like, what do you enjoy in life? And I don't really know because I just choose to enjoy the minibar and then smash up the hotel room. That was it.
Do you feel like numb to the normalcies of life now? You know what I'm saying? Having gone through all that.
I love to take my son to school.
Really?
That's one of my favorite
yeah.
things. It's so much fun, and I know he loves it too. And you know, it happens once a week, twice a week. And if I'm in a weird sleeping pattern, we'll go down and I'll take him out to school. And I always surprise him, and he literally sat down the other day and he was still half asleep. His mum said to him, "Morning, sunshine," and then my deep voice came in saying, "Morning," and he went, "Huh?" First word out of bed. I thought that's so, I've never even heard him make that noise. And he went, "Wow, Daddy, that was the biggest surprise of my life. You being here today. That's the best shit."
That's awesome, man.
So that's
can't
like
beat that.
That's like your new dopamine dump.
Oh,
it's just
100%.
like those little.
Taking care of him and watching him grow, and hopefully he does it a little bit better than I did.
Man, that's amazing.
Yeah,
That's
it's the
great.
coolest thing, man.
I didn't know you were a dad until you said it on stage today. You're a young dad too.
Yeah, I had my son when I was 23. Yeah, so.
Oh, yeah.
And this is actually interesting. The mom was a judge
Yep.
on X Factor,
Yep.
Rigged.
judging you, rigged.
Yeah.
Baby mama drama, brother.
Listen, when I was 14, I was hot. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, that's another part of the story.
No,
That's
okay. So
that's
there's a bigger part of the story.
Okay.
There's a bigger part of the story. There's a bigger part of the story. So I went on, and what happened in one of my auditions is they put a female judge in front of me, and to make myself stand out, halfway through the song, I winked at her. It's a licensed weapon. Please don't try to.
I'm
touch me.
gonna steal that.
Don't touch me. And so, like, I went back to school the day after, and I winked at Cheryl in the audition, and my friends are going, "What the fucking hell do you think you're doing, winking at Cheryl Cole on the TV, whatever?" That's like, just, came naturally. It was just one of the things I did. I was such a little prick when I was a kid. And then, like, fast forward years later, yeah, we ended up having a baby together. It was really.
How much of it do you attribute to that wink? What'd you say?
I mean, the wink, like I say, is a registered weapon. I have to check it in. Just this eye.
Would you mind firing that weapon at that camera right there?
Oh, dude.
Fuck, dude. I got hit by some of that.
That's intense. It's
Just
a lot
everyone,
to.
just keep your hands to yourselves.
I got hit by
We ain't
shrapnel.
making any
on
more
that
babies
one,
in
dude.
here.
That was
Too late.
No, but I mean, what a blessing. I mean, it's the weirdest how I met your mother story ever because, as she was the judge on the show, I had a hole in my shoe at the time. And yeah, so, I mean, fantastic time in life.
That's insane.
It worked out.
It worked out great, and she's the best mom in the world. I couldn't ask for someone better. The relationship we have with each other now as friends has only grown more since, everything that we broke up for a reason that we broke up, and now, she gives me full autonomy of my own life to be able to go and do what I do, and at the same time I know he's being taken care of because he's all she cares about, and that's, you couldn't ask for more.
Based in the UK.
Yeah, they live like 3 minutes from my house.
Oh, very cool.
Are you still living out there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I always glue myself to where he is. Like, I don't want to miss a thing of that, and I owe it to him. My life now is his, my money's his. I don't want to tell him that too much.
Yeah, I was going to say, you have to be careful because...
Well, this is a constant conversation I have with myself. Like, what do I give him? I've actually got several companies that are up and running that I know he can run one day if he wants to. And if he wants to sell them, he can sell them. If he wants to run them, he can run them. That's his choice. I mean, he's 5, right? It's a long way to go. But I like to think ahead. And he's a lovely, lovely, lovely boy. Like, we've been blessed. Like, the point where parents used to come round to the house and... Bear was always really calm and listened and whatever else, and then these other kids like running around like little savages, and the mums are going to like Cheryl like, how did you do that? It's almost like that moment in Wolf of Wall Street when he sells the penny stock. That was literally Cheryl as a parent. So she's been fantastic, and
I mean, obviously it has to do something with parenting.
yeah.
And you and her as parents.
Imagine I was your dad.
I mean, bro, you're being facetious, but like, I can see you're a great dad. You're
No,
very
I put
wise
my,
beyond
listen,
your
I put my
years.
time
You're
in
self-aware.
I put my time in with my son.
For sure.
And I like to speak to people who are new dads also because you don't know what's coming and it's different. And to be honest with you, ruined a relationship for me in that point, but for all the right reasons. And it's like you think kids is a blank page. They're born, and I mean when Bear was first born, I was so excited for him to be born. I thought, what if I don't love him enough? Like, it was such a worry for me. And his mom she'd hemorrhaged quite badly in birth, so she was asleep the whole day. So for the first 24 hours of his life, I was 23 with a baby in a room, and I had to take care of it, and I didn't even have any baby sisters or anything, so it was very fun. But at the end of the night, finished with me with a PlayStation controller, with my little boy on my arm, and like I'm playing FIFA. Like, this is the coolest thing ever. It was the best. But yeah, you don't get a blank page. They show you what they can do, and then you steer them. So it's actually not that. It's not that difficult. It's very hard, but it's like as long as that's what you look for, rather than you trying to be like, this is what you're going to do with your life. I mean, the scariest thing for me is him waking up one day and going, I want to be famous, and he's already like, I'm going to sing "Strip That Down" with you on stage, Daddy, and it scares the crap out of me because I know what he did to me.
I was going to ask you, has he shown any signs of like being good
Yeah.
or passionate about any specific pursuits?
He's too young to show any of those things yet. In my eyes, he's got amazing timing dance wise. If I play a song, me and him have the same trait in our brain. It's the same as what Charlie Puth has, but I was never taught notes on the piano, so I couldn't tell you. But if you asked me what note was, I could be able to press it pretty like within seconds. And he literally will sit at the piano and he'll find the key.
Perfect
in seconds.
pitch.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Often when I rehearse, I will start singing before the song starts, and then the person will start playing, and I'm already in tune before the song starts.
Interesting.
It's a really weird thing.
If you could see him or like guide him or manage him into a a life that mirrored or replicated yours and the same levels of success, would you do that?
Listen, I will let him do whatever he wants. I protected his face since young. I chose to be famous when I was 14. I didn't choose to be famous, but I chose to do what I did.
Yep.
I also know that you can't put the lid back on. Once you pop, you just can't stop. It's like a Pringle.
Yep.
And for me, he has to make that choice when he's older, and I know what choice he's going to make already because he's just absolutely dying for it. Like, he goes to rehearsals. His mom's a pop star too, so he goes to rehearsals with his mom. I got videos of him with his shirt off, holding a microphone, very much like his old man.
His family hates shirts.
We're nudists.
Hedonists.
And yeah, I've got videos of him doing the Dance to the Weekend song and whatever else, and like he wants to learn piano, and like I know whatever he does, he's going to tenfold anything that I've done in my life, and what more could you ask for? And I would never stop him. At least I did all the wrong things for him, so he doesn't have to do them.
No, you're right. You're right. That's like the ultimate goal, I think. That when they asked me on stage, actually inspired by just hearing about you being a father and how you talked about being a dad, what I want people to remember me by, my last minute answer was like, I'd love to be an amazing dad.
Clever.
I'd love to be an amazing dad. And
you know, you dicked on me so many times in that interview today, by the way.
What
you
happened?
bought Gary a fucking present. You fucking.
I didn't.
No one warned me. I'm sat there. I got no present. Okay, I've got no friends that fly me around places and whatever else.
No, that's
It's like I wish I was sat behind you because I would have just waited for your answer and then I'd gone. Well, my mate's got a rocket.
I would let you go first. I would let you go first, and then no. It was.
No, you did well. I honestly really enjoyed that, and I feel we've bonded over the time. That's you know.
Dude, we've talked about a lot of
Yeah.
like shit in the 4 conversations we've had. He told me this was interesting. I want to talk about the Pharrell writing session
Oh yeah.
because I think this is fascinating.
Yeah, I mean, this was interesting. So Pharrell one day asked One Direction to come write with him. I turned up and I was the only member there. And I was gobsmacked. I thought, what the hell? Like,
Wait,
this is...
what?
Yep. There was
No
an
one
email
else?
sent. No. It wasn't sent directly to me. I turned up. And I sat in the studio, and it was a really, really daunting moment for me because he is basically like the Beethoven of us. You know what I
for
mean?
sure.
Like, he just writes his songs, whatever. And he's got a very funny way of writing about him, Pharrell, and I absolutely love it. And he's always lovely to me. But I sat in these sessions, and I just couldn't bring myself to show him anything that I could do because I'm like, how do I tell Pharrell how to spin a keyboard or whatever else? I'm very like solemn. Like if I draw a picture for my NFTs, if I do whatever else, I will do it alone. I won't do it in a room with somebody. And I play, but I would rather play by myself, and then I'll show you what I did later. I'll show you some stuff that I did so you can understand. And yeah, I sat with him for 2 days, and I just thought, what a waste of an opportunity. Like the guy clearly believes in you. And then another couple of months went by, and he saw me at an award show. A really cool moment in my life. And he came over and he's like, hey, how are you, man? I was like, yeah, I'm good. He's like, let me tell you something. I feel like I've seen this movie before, and last time I was in it, I got it wrong. I don't want to get it wrong with you. And I was like, whoa. Like, who am I? Let's have it. But once again, I went in the studio, same thing again. And like a lot of opportunities in my life have greeted me, and I was in the wrong headspace. You know, I spent a lot of my life like plenty fucked up a lot of the time and whatever else, trying to deal with whatever the nasty beastie inside wants to tell me I am or I'm not. And yeah, that bit's quite hard to deal with. And if you don't get it out of your own way, it's nigh on impossible. But I wish I'd shown him something because I know I have everything if you want to see it.
Was that the reason you feel like you didn't get a chance to show him your process and your work because you were still
I'm
dealing
looking
with
at
shit?
Pharrell Williams like banging around on the keyboard singing something. I'm like, this is the coolest experience ever. Like, it was a one-man show with Pharrell, but I was like, I wish I'd have put some influence on there so you could show. Like, I wrote some of the biggest songs of all time. Like, I have plaques at home for that crap. Like, why am I walking in there like I'm, green in the gills and my fingers suddenly don't work?
It's so just like in the little bit I've gotten to know you, I would assume that it in part has to do with how respectful you are, right? You want to be respectful of the legend, right? Do you think who am I, the new young kid to come in? And
it's the imposter syndrome thing again as well. Like, you walk
What
in
am I
the room
doing
and
here?
I'm like, how
I was
the
about to say that.
you gonna play piano for Pharrell?
yeah, no.
Exactly. You know what I mean? I never been taught. I learned by ear. I couldn't afford that.
Yeah.
I think I would, and I'll tell you why. I don't take things seriously. I try not to. My biggest fear is I had really, really bad panic attacks when I was a kid because of this. When I walk in a room and I would regret not doing something.
Yeah.
I would have really, really bad fears of
You
it.
got FOMO. You got reverse FOMO.
From like being in the moment. So I'd rather be myself and have them make fun of who I really am than
wish
me
I had that.
hide who I really am and then they even like it. Because I think I would hate it more if they liked the pretend version of me.
I'm such a social chameleon. I mean, I've been on TV for my accent changing just because, I don't know, it's just whatever. I have to be careful what films I watch sometimes because I might walk out the house as a different person.
That's so interesting.
I'm definitely clinically insane, but they just haven't copped onto it yet. I just don't tell them that. They would cut that bit out.
This is getting clipped for sure, bro.
No, I mean, how could you not be, man? You've had a crazy life, and you've probably had to be a bit of a social chameleon. You're always entering different rooms, talking to different people, and it's the name of the game.
And like I told you earlier, the moment for me is never about me when we're talking, or if there's a fan that wants a picture or somebody wants to come over. The moment's about them having their 5 minutes. So whoever they want me to be for that 5 minutes, I'll be, depending on industry guidelines.
What'd you do to work on those?
Industry guidelines.
What'd you do to work on those?
Consultation apply.
What'd you do to work on those demons that you were facing for so long?
They're probably right behind me, but they're still a bit away.
In the plant.
Yeah, they're catching up a little bit, actually, the little fuckers. No, I don't know. What work have I done on my demons? I'm happy with who I am, and I'm happy with the person I've grown into. Regrets, do I have some? Probably yes, in certain ways, being like that Pharrell session, but they're only regrets that are actually like supersonic level. That would have been funny if I did that, you know what I mean? And I'm happy with everything that I've been through to get to this stage, and whether people judge me for it or not, like, to me, I really don't care anymore. I've lost the point of caring. I'm just like, this is who I am. If you want to join the crowd and come and learn some shit, then you're more than welcome. If not, then that's good for you.
You were in arguably like one of the most popular boy bands in music groups ever for a very long time. When
And it still doesn't feel like that.
Well, unfortunately,
It happened.
It happened. And
Fuck,
that's-
I knew
and
it
that's-
happened.
and
I knew
that's-
it wasn't a dream.
That's where you sit.
Oh my
That's where you're
goodness!
sitting right
What are we
now.
doing here? Who are you?
Well, I'm
Logan
Jake Paul.
Jake Paul's
How you
brother.
doing? How
Dude,
you
actually,
doing?
people ran up to Mike today. They're like, Logan, big fan. And I was like, there's no way.
To Mike?
Dead up,
Mike.
dead up. And
got
then
Logan's.
I think we found out that they may have been trolling, but when they did it to me, I was like, "What? Did you see the Floyd?" I said, "Did you see the Floyd fight? What'd you think?"
He
And
said, he goes, you did so good. You lasted all the rounds.
It was
and I go,
hilarious.
first of all, that's two lies.
Hang
It's
on a
not
minute, okay, so
Michael, and I mean, it's not Logan, and he did
let's
it.
I
pause
just
there.
rolled with it.
I don't know. That's confusing the hell out of me. But I'm glad you.
Well, he
I almost impersonated on a red carpet once. So I was doing 50 Shades of Grey, and the woman started asking me loads of questions, and I was doing a song, and I had a bald head at the same time Jamie Dornan did, and I'm stood there, and she goes, "No, how is it filming the sex scenes?" And I'm like, I said to her, "Well, I don't know. I haven't seen the film yet." And then she keeps asking me these questions, and really intimate questions, and I regret it so deeply now that I didn't just ruin his life, because I could have done. But I was like, I said, "Hang on, who the fuck do you think I am?" She went, "Oh, you're him." I went, No, I'm him." But I could have just gone in and like, yeah, it was really awkward actually, yeah, and I could have really ruined his life. Imagine that I just ruined.
Would you do that now?
No, I wouldn't have. He's a nice guy, Jamie. Actually, he's good. And to get compared to him, I'll take it. We've gone off on a tangent.
No,
I want
was
to talk
asking
to you
the
about the
biggest-
Mayweather fight.
Oh, you're screwed.
Want to do it
You're
now?
never
Can
getting
I
it
ask? Can I ask?
No, I asked mine first. No, I'm just kidding.
True. No,
Because I
she
remember
did.
it. I'm a podcast host. I'm a professional at this point. I'll remember my question.
I know. You remember your questions.
I could lead you back into it.
No, I remember it.
Do you remember
go.
what the date is? Sorry, what were we talking about? Anyone know?
Not nothing.
23.
Floyd
24.
Mayweather.
Mom?
5,
50
7.
Shades of Grey.
Okay.
Demons in the plant.
Right.
See how professional he is. Go.
All right. You remember this big boy band, and you're perceived a certain way. It fizzles, whatever. You break up, whatever you want to call it. And now you are posed with the task of creating an identity, a real identity as an individual. And
Some whiskey for this one.
yeah, you're here now. And you've done a great job, but I can imagine that was a little scary, right? People care about you as an entity, but as a solo artist, as an celebrity influencer, whatever the fuck you want to call yourself, do people care? And,
Okay.
how do you make
Let
them
me throw
care?
this out. Let me throw this out. So I came out the band and said, my dad called me, "Oh yeah, here we go, you're going to go solo." It's been his dream since I was a kid, his dream. And I said, "I'll only do it if the right song comes along, otherwise I'm not bothered. I don't want to tarnish the legacy I have already. I've done something that's already worldwide famous and I've got fucking gold records for it." I said, "I don't need to do this. It's not important to me." Ed Sheeran wrote me this song and I thought, "Oh shit. Oh no. Here we bloody well go again. Here we go, boys. Pull your shorts up, off we pop." And yeah, we did the first song, billion streams. I think it outsold everybody within the band, and I was the last to go.
Oh
and I
my
never
God.
expected that. And I'm sat there going, shit, it's gone rather well, hasn't it?
You could do it.
Then
You could
how
do
do you
it.
go from there?
Yeah.
You know, it was like, how do you go from there? And I didn't know, I still don't know who I am. I replicate different people on a daily basis. Like, I still don't know who I am. That's the worst part of it, because it's like selling an identity to people that, I'm me, so I can only sell me. And then the different thing was, I'd just gone out of the writing zone. I don't want to say why, but I'd stopped writing in that sense, and it was more difficult to write for my own project because I was like trying to pull from my own life, which is also very vastly confused with a boy who's been locked in a hotel room since he was 15 years old. So I don't even know what I like. So what can I write songs about?
Or is that the best? You said it's the worst part.
The worst part.
Maybe it's the best part.
No,
'cause you
I
can
mean,
be
listen, I've had a
versatile.
fantastic career. I think to date, at the moment, I've done 6.5 billion streams worldwide, right? It's amazing. I'm so happy for it. I didn't want to do it because I knew what was going to happen to me within the process of it. But yeah, I mean, it's been a great, interesting journey, and also having 4 other boys that we have. There's one record that we have for being one of the only bands in history to have every member in the top 40 in the American charts, beating Fleetwood Mac, beating so and so. Like when you name stuff like that, it's like wow, like, and that's a group effort, by the way. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, for me, it's. I don't even know if I wanted to be a solo artist, but I just did it because it was there to do and whatever else. Where I was like going and joining these things. I've had more fun in the last few weeks playing football and everything else. But the new project I just started, which I do want to talk about a little bit, I'm amped about.
What is it?
I don't want to give away too much, but I used to produce for the band when I was a kid. So we used to do these remixes called Big Payne remixes. I like when someone puts big in front of your name. It definitely means something.
Nice.
And so I used to make these remixes as a kid, and I'm slightly swindled by the label. I'm sure we've all heard that before.
Yeah.
I didn't get paid anymore for them. I just did them because I loved them. And they put them out, and I was known as DJ Payne. But I've literally been producing since I was 15 years old. So I've made these songs in the last 2 weeks and signed up to a record label that I really enjoy their style of music. And I think this next chapter for me seems so free and exactly what I want to do. I don't want to be a touring artist. I've got a son at home. I don't want to travel the world on a bus and smell and do whatever else. Again, I've done it to death. I don't want to be number one. Doesn't bother me 1%. I want to make something that when I turn it on and the room goes,
Yeah.
I'm already doing it.
exactly.
It's happening right now.
That's just my throat, right? Exactly. Then
We
That's
listen
it.
to the actual song and it's just his throat.
That's my next single. It's called.
That's fine. That's
So,
fine.
You
yeah.
got the whole
What I
room
used to like
going.
about Drake was that he's at every party in the world without going to one of them. But I want to go somewhere where like you make the room bounce and you get that stinky bass face going. And you're like, this is the. And for the first time ever in my life today, I was alone in my house. Actually, thank you very much, you two. And thanks for not picking up the FaceTime calls when I was trying to celebrate. And thanks for being here.
I mean, dude, you headbutted him.
Well, thanks for being here. You look all the better for it. So I made one the other day in my house that I was like, wow, because I'd sat down with these proper dance heads and I knew what they wanted, and it was like that reignition of that One Direction thing again. I know what you want. I can make that. So yeah, watch this space. We'll see what happens.
So cool, dude.
Proud of you.
I like it.
Sticky bass face.
Sticky bass face
Mad.
up in your
Just
face.
mad. I got a question for you. At what point in the process, touring, being locked in hotel rooms, doing that with your drink where the ice like bops around?
Clink.
I'm angry.
Yeah, clink. I'm angry. Like this. Just did you ever think you'd be on Logan Paul's podcast? Like at what
No,
fucking point,
no.
dude? Jake Paul's brother. Like, come on.
Jake Paul's
bro.
brother. You got to introduce, bro. What the fuck?
It's a thing. We do it. It's a thing.
He's Liam Payne's brother. He's Liam Paul's brother. No, to be honest with you, I didn't. I've watched you boys from afar for a very long time, and also I wanted to get this out there as well. I understand there's a slight theory to what you do, and the only reason I understand it, and I've spoken to this many times about many people, and I did something wrong in my career when I started. So when I started, my first beat was a Rack City beat with a rapper, and I was singing Justin Timberlake stuff. So I went out and I bought the biggest gold chain going. I still have it.
Yep.
I used to wear it everywhere.
Yep.
And I'm a white guy from Wolverhampton, a city in England that no one knows and whatever. And I used to get ridiculed daily. The more I get ridiculed, the more I'd be like, well, I don't need another chain to add to the other chain that we're already wearing. And I'd go around this way. And it was almost doing what you guys did in a way at the start of your career, where you were trying to push the limits so much. It's almost a little bit like Jackass in a way. You're trying to push the limits. And then one point you met the limit you couldn't push anymore. And then it was like, whoa, now the world just turned upside down.
Yep.
What the fuck are we going to do, right?
Yep.
What I can say about you more than anything, I was malleable. I let people around me and change who I was, whereas I know deep down inside there's still a boy wearing a fucking chain and he doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Right? With you stuck at it, but you did the right thing in that you learned from what happened. You came back stronger. You didn't give up on what you were, and you grew from it. That's what people want to see. They want to see growth, and they go, oh, you know what? He's all right, him.
Yeah.
He's done well.
No, it's a real story.
It is. That's that.
And a
tell me
genuine.
if I'm wrong, but
no, you're right. Again, bro, you're very fucking wise, very astute. No, there's a real genuine arc full of wins and more probably significantly failures. You know, and it's all in the public eye.
It's all stuff that we don't be any proud of.
No, you don't get caught. I get caught because I filmed my life.
But you don't get caught for too long. You might get caught later on.
Yeah, no, you're right. Nah. My mistakes are there. Like they're there. Like there's nothing's gonna bleed through. It's all, and that gives me comfort in saying that as well. But no, dude, it's like watching what you've been able to do and watching what your bandmates have been able to do, and like it's really inspiring. I think we're part of a really special generation, and being on that panel today.
As much as there's a difference in the careers we do, I don't think there's much of a difference in the careers we do. If that makes sense.
I mean, bro, I'm gonna be honest with you. You have like a superpower in your ability to sing, which is like the one thing that is like. At the end of the day, you're a very fucking talented performer and musician. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
My only real asset is my brain.
Do you want to swap?
You don't want to do that.
I actually do. I actually would.
Why
I
don't we do like we can get like a neuroscience to do like half a brain.
Dr. Amen.
So you'll be like fucking
Dr. Amen could go.
Leo McGinn.
We do that kind of stuff in LA.
The other guy.
We can do
Please.
that.
Okay,
Dude,
we
if
can do
I
that.
if I
I'm
could
in.
change my thing, I would love to have a voice.
I would pay someone to come and spend some time in this motherfucker and just see how long it lasts.
No, see, that scares me. That scares me, though.
See?
That
Yeah,
scares
that's
me.
true.
I'm pretty stable. That's the one thing. I'm pretty
I
stable.
know I'm stable to a degree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
I want to get back to your unstable desire to fight people.
Okay.
Who would you fight? Who do you want to fight?
Who do I want to fight? Who don't we like?
No.
Who don't we like?
Who don't we like?
You
There's not many people I
Bieber?
don't like. There's not many people I don't like. For me, I'm like, I just enjoy the challenge. I'd enjoy the road up to it, whatever else.
Would you fight KSI?
I mean, whose dish do you want me to smash in? That's
Would
the
you fight
question.
KSI?
Huh?
KSI?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
He could fight.
He'd have to come down a few weight slots.
I don't think he could do it. It's a
think-
lot. It's a lot. And he could fight, bro. You don't want to fight him.
He could
No,
fight.
I'll fight him.
Well, then you can fight him then too.
No.
I like him too much though.
Fight Jake.
Oh.
Would I have to come up weight slots or would he come down? Is he going to Conor McGregor and come down and be like the skinniest man in Britain?
He could come down, yeah.
Ooh.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
I want
Don't
to put
do
a
it.
hurting on your brother now.
Don't do it. The American accent's my favorite that you do, by the way.
Out of all of them,
Don't want to put a hurting on your brother now.
don't want to put a hurting on your little brother.
It's always Southern when people
Always
make
Southern.
it.
What you wish
Oh,
for.
of course. Bro, that's what the world thinks of us.
All right,
That's what
all
the
right,
world
all
thinks
right.
of us.
You
They
like
think we're all
burgers? Like, dude, no, like I feel like I'm like, dude, I don't talk like that.
burgers.
Yeah, but then
Trump,
like everyone
Trump.
thinks that we're like Tom Hardy. All right then, mate. Tommy, mate.
You ain't
Fucking
got
something. You ain't got a fucking clue, have you, mate? You ain't got a fucking clue.
Tom Hardy as Bane was.
Oh, so you think the darkness is your ally? I was born in the dark,
Molded by it.
shaped by it.
That was weird.
It can get weirder.
Sorry about that, dude.
She had this literally all night last night. Like when I get a bit wasted sometimes, my best defense mechanism so I don't get scared of myself is to start to pretend to be other people. And I noticed this because I had to do a show. I had to do a show once in London Dungeons. And when I was in the London Dungeons, people like jump out on you, and I was dressed as Captain Jack Sparrow. And when I was me, everyone that jumped out, I was like really like shit scared of. But every time I went, I'm not going to hang around with you, mate. I said, listen, if anyone's seen my ship, right, the pearl is somewhere over there, mate.
No. Amber Heard is shivering somewhere right now. Amber Heard is shitting her pants
Listen,
right
I've
now.
never,
Shitting her beds
you're on-
right
She's
now.
shitting the bed.
I've never heard or seen of Amber Heard, mate. I've never heard or seen of her.
Wow, that is
incredible.
Let's just let him do this the rest of the show.
Oh, this could go on for hours. I'd be really careful what you wish for. Well, how much ram you've got.
Dude, that's fantastic.
That was
You would
so
never do acting or?
Well, I mean, if Disney wanted new Captain Jack, I would always be up for that, mate. Wow. Because I've got a
The
jar of dirt.
The new Jack Sparrow.
Something tells me they're bringing him back, man. Something tells me Johnny Depp is about to make one of the biggest.
Well, I could be his evil twin.
That could work.
That would be so funny.
That could work.
Jack Sparrow has an evil twin.
I've
Just
got
the
a
new
jar of
Pirates of the
dirt.
Caribbean. Just a little pirate comes out.
Dude, I just don't get like how. Never mind.
What don't you get? No, never mind. Finish your sentence.
It's so unrelated, bro. But I've been thinking
But
about
hit
it.
it.
That's impulsive.
I just don't like.
Was that an accent?
Can you fill me in?
When Amber Heard
Oh fuck, we're not going down that road.
That's
Definitely,
what
we'll
I'm
not talk about
saying.
any of
That's
that.
what I'm
Just
saying.
Stop
No,
it.
no, please go.
No, I can't. This
Hey,
is-
cut the
say
shit.
it.
Parlay.
Cut the
parlay.
shit.
Let's not talk about that. It's not
Right.
our problem.
Cut the shit.
Nah,
out.
it's not.
this
It's
shit.
not. Right. I just was wondering.
Parlay. Everybody stop.
All right, you know what? Fuck it. Let's
Well,
talk
I'm
about
the captain here,
Let's
okay?
talk about Chris Rock and Will Smith.
Well, let's definitely not talk about that either. But parlay. Everyone just stop for a minute while I drink some whiskey and centre myself before we talk about more crap about my life. Oh, okay. Shush.
That's crazy.
It's very crazy.
It's just constant entertainment for you.
He called out a certain person to fight before the show started.
we fucking fighting?
I just want to get into the guy you said before
who'd
the
you
show.
say?
I don't know. I'll fight whoever you want.
We told you we had him on the show one time.
Who? Johnny Depp. I'm not fighting Johnny Depp. He's a friend.
No, not Johnny Depp.
He's a freak.
He was a rapper, an American rapper.
Oh, Takashi.
No, not 6ix9ine. It was Trippie Redd.
He don't want the. He doesn't want the smoke.
No.
I think he does want the smoke. He's always high.
That's a big problem for him though, because I'm not.
I really do think a fight between you and Bieber could be really interesting.
I would buy merch.
Oh,
No
100%.
shit.
I don't
It
think
would
he'd
be
do
one of
it.
the biggest fights
I
ever.
don't think he'd do it. I
Are
think
you
he'd be
calling
very
him a
skilled
pussy?
to do it. No, I'm not calling him a pussy. I just don't think he'd do it.
Why?
For the same reason I wouldn't fight Trippie Redd. I'm not his level.
Oh.
I don't think he'd do it. But if he did want to do it,
You think Bieber's not at your level?
oh, well, I don't bloody well know, do I? I'm half Captain Jet, mate.
You see, he's pretending to be someone else again. He said he does that. When he gets in certain situations, he just pretends he's Johnny Depp right now.
I know.
You want
I
to know
know.
how I got these scars?
Oh, no. He just keeps changing, bro. This is incredible. He's like, remember when I said I had demons? It's schizophrenia.
No, it is just
Multi-
straight up. But funny, I've got a company that's almost cured that. So hopefully,
What?
You got a lot of companies.
a few companies. I'm big in biotech.
I'm mostly concerned with the skincare, obviously. Like
The skincare, we could deal with that. I've got a small routine for you.
Paul and
Take you
Paul's.
5 minutes. Paul,
Really?
Paul and Paul's.
What part of
Paul and Paul's.
By the way, I'm gonna name my youngest child Paul, and his middle name will be Paul.
Off to a great
Oh, I
start
thought
for
you were
that
going to
kid.
say your name after me then, and I thought, why the fuck would you do that?
I'll do one. I'm gonna have a bunch, but my runt will be named Paul.
Runt?
He's gonna be a runt
Why?
because he's the youngest. He's a runt. That's what a runt is.
No, the runt's the
You're already
smallest of the bunch.
bullying your
Smallest.
youngest
No,
child,
no,
bro.
no.
It's the smallest born puppy.
It's the smallest, not the youngest.
Google that
It is.
shit.
Dude, that's why you
And
call people
I
a
want a
runt.
Pokemon card if you get it wrong.
A
Which one?
Charizard, 10.
Whichever one.
A runt is the weakest one out of the group.
Smallest.
It's the smallest one, mate. It's the one
And
that
not the
can't get to
weakest.
the
The
food.
runts are usually they have to show up because they're the smallest.
Yeah, they grow into
and they
little
go
beasties.
and they
Oh, hang on, that's a very you don't like the way
What
you put
happened,
that phone
man?
down there.
You read something but didn't share it out
he didn't
loud.
like it.
Have we been corrected yet?
Which
You feeling
Pokemon
all right?
card are you giving him?
Which one are you going to give me? And don't make it a Squirtle.
A runt is the smallest. You're right. You were both right.
You owe me a Pokemon card.
Charizard.
That is not can't be one of them like zone cards where like they change into random crap. Like I want like a good level.
I'll give you a good one. I got a bunch.
Give him those hot
Back in
dogs
the
that grow
Pokemon
out of the ground.
scene.
Oh, the Doug Trio.
No.
My Pokemon doors. I'm gonna give Liam Payne a fucking Doug Trio.
Oh my god.
But it'll be a 10. It'll be a 10. I got a
Aren't
10.
you having another box opening?
Soon, yeah, very
Well,
soon.
I was
Come
really
to
into
that.
something now. Now I'm fucking Doug.
Doug.
You're the worst member of the Hangover.
Let me show you which Pokemon I'm gonna give you.
Doug, Dougie, Doug.
What the fuck was that? Look. This.
Why are you laughing?
Is
at?
that what really propels the dude? guy?
So do you know Pokemon?
Yeah, mate. Was I born?
Okay, so this is the one. It's a Doug Trio, but this
Oh, he's a Doug Trio, but he's got my body.
because he's dug in the ground. He's dug in the ground, but that's what's happening underground.
No. Okay, yeah.
And this is
That's
this.
not a Pokemon card. That's just porn for weirdos.
Did you say
Yeah,
porn?
what is that, bro?
I typed
Not
in,
weirdos for people who are
I typed in
particular
Doug
things. Sorry, I
Trio
didn't mean to
penis meme.
discriminate.
Doug Trio
Why
penis.
did you Google that?
My history's weird. Do you
Bro,
wanna-
do you want to?
You wanna dive in?
That should be an internet show.
Here we go.
Show your history.
strap
Then
throat.
we'll all be fucked, won't we?
Beeple toy.
I met Beeple again last night.
He's great.
Bloody
He's
brilliant,
fucking
Beeple.
awesome, dude.
I had such a
I
wild
hope he's
time.
all right though. I hope people are taking good care of him because he's a good kid.
Yeah, I wouldn't say a kid.
No, you know what I mean though. He's a good.
Yeah.
I don't mean that in a derogatory way.
Can I
at
ask you a
all.
question? The
course.
elephant in the room.
What elephant?
Why are you in Minneapolis at a Web3 conference? I'm sorry. I completely forgot to ask you this.
I am here because I had a phone call with Gary Vee and I phoned him and
Oh, it happens all the time.
Bollocks. I had a phone call with Gary Vee, and basically I was phoning him to help me out with my NFT project, and I really liked the project. So I did the drawing myself. Everything that I do is self-drawn, and then the new characters I made myself. And I phoned him, and he answered the phone on the Zoom and was like, right, you got 15 minutes, don't ask me to do an NFT. And I was like, well, bollocks, like.
Oh, man.
That's left me out on a stick now because I don't really know what
You
to
have
say
a
to you.
time limit.
So then we started to talk to him about what we were doing. He's like, yo, I've been at home drawing toys too, the same as I was. And then he like linked with that. And then we showed him the whole mental health process and what we were going through with it and whatever else. And he's like, I love this project. He's like, I'm going to spit some fire bars for you guys.
God, he
this
didn't
is
say
45 minutes in of the 15 minutes I was supposed to have. I got triple the time. And our NFT was out before Gary's, any of the V friends. So if you want to buy the one of one Gary, you're buying it from me, to be honest with you. I am the original The Friend. You can befriend me via what's the website called?
V-Friends?
No,
Yours?
it wasn't on B Friends. It was on my own stuff.
Oh.
But yeah, he did some bars. Let's say Gary, he did like a child.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Sick.
And I had Zed make the music, and I had another bunch of people around the back helping. Silly Gabe.
Cool.
And basically, the win-off for me was that I got my name in an art gallery somewhere from a picture I drew. But I owe Gary, so I'm here because of the fact that I owe him. He asked me to come and talk on the panel. I don't let people down. And yeah, he asked me to come out and do this. And also, I support the creative. And what I like about these places with NFT culture more than anything is one of the 7 deadly sins is greed, right?
Yep.
I believe we need to use greed against ourselves to get to the ring because we can't deny our own ambition, right? But there's a strong section of the community being one of the most beautiful words in the British language, that wants to help each other. And everyone I speak to is going, I've got this project where I'm doing so-and-so, so-and-so. Oh, great, you know what? I know a guy that does so-and-so. All the people that are here right now, they only want to help. And this is a 10-year game. This is a 15-year game, 20-year game, however long you want to say it. You understand what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
But
This Web3 stuff is so far away. And that's what bothers me about it ever so slightly, is like you already have multiverse technology, but we have one universe that we live in.
Yeah.
Start here and move outwards.
The issue I've had, so and I love that, and community is the biggest part of Web3 and
Yep.
NFTs by far.
And everyone wants to help each other, but there's a huge thing of this monetary greed that goes on in the background, and that's just for people who are shilling and minting.
But
you know what I
and
mean?
there's a lot of that. And so my question is this, because as I've walked around, I've been here for 2 days or a day and a half in this beautiful city, and like you go to the bathroom and somebody comes up to you with dusted ducks and exactly what I thought was going to happen. You go to the next one, burnt bikinis.
That
Is my NFT.
happened to me 5 times
I mean, bro,
yesterday.
it's like
I only
how
got
do you,
3 burnt bikinis, but
No, but like how do you
Burnt
like
bikinis.
burnt bikinis.
Dusty ducks.
like how do you make sense of like what's what?
Dude, you should just make names up for a living.
I do.
Oh, he's
I mean, I
good.
do.
He's
this.
solid.
That's why I
Give me
said
one more.
Toasted.
Ooh, put on the spot.
Oh,
Failed.
gee, choke,
Put
choke,
on the
choke,
spot.
choke.
Toasted
and
turds.
failed.
Toasted turds. Dude.
That's the
Toasted
worst of your
turds.
bunch.
Wow.
Toasted turds.
Are people pitching you projects, NFT projects?
Dude, I'm gonna make toast. I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna make toasted turds the biggest thing NFTs ever seen. Like,
Oh,
when I go
give
home,
me up.
I'm gonna pay as many people as I can and just be like, throw the money at the wall. Make toasted turds a thing.
Toast.
And they pop out of a little toaster, like little turds with different faces. And like every time they pop out, they're a little
My
different.
man's already
You
moved on
use
to
the-
creative.
you-
Just
the
different shade of shit.
You use the exact
Oh my God,
sound
50
effect.
What is happening? What is happening?
50 Shades of Shit. That's so funny.
That could be one of them.
50 Shades of Shit.
And when it pops out, you use the sound effect from when that guy choked out the dude in the jiu-jitsu studio.
Toasted
That little
turd.
fart that he let out.
You're not on board with this project. As your creative manager that I've been thrust into today, I thought you would
Surprising.
be.
You don't want to talk about NFTs.
This is my first
so
brief.
weird.
No,
I'm
it just
probably
could.
gonna
No,
get
no.
fired.
It's dude. I get approached. I
All
get
the time.
approached. I got approached.
Okay, we're approaching you right
4
now
times.
with the toasted turds.
I'm gonna tell.
bro.
I'm gonna
Are
tell
you in or
y'all.
out?
I'm gonna tell y'all exactly what I tell every fucking person that's approached me at this
Dude,
conference.
don't embarrass me in front of my friends, man. Jesus.
Yeah,
Gotta-
dude, this
we
idea is
gotta-
the shit.
We've got a Discord with 15,000
This idea is the
in it.
shit.
We've
The
got
double
50
deuce.
50 shades of shit.
Don't do this to me.
50 Shades,
Don't
bro.
do this to me, please. Not now.
We haven't told you about the
I can't
utility.
do this right
we haven't
now.
told you about the
Bro,
utility.
you get a
yet. I
free like toilet wipe with every
Forever.
Wipe.
For-
you get
for life.
you get a firm wipe where
It comes
like,
with a bidet.
The
you get a-
Discord's
you
got
get 1
15,000.
angel
There's
poo
a
a day.
coin. There's a coin attached to it. Shit coin.
you get 1 angel poo a day.
So that's why he's here.
You could get a royal flush
That's why he's
if you
here.
get all of the turds.
We have a
Toasted
theme song
turds.
too.
This is my.
Go ahead, I'll
This
beatbox
sucks.
it.
All of it sucks.
Here
Stop.
come the toasted turds. We rap using words.
Yeah.
We like animals, don't wear furs.
guitar
Cheese
solo.
curds. Are you in or
We're
out?
still working
bro?
on the
Listen, here's
music.
the deal. Are you in or out, dude? Like, dude, we're sitting here.
What
we're
the
giving you.
fuck is happening? No, stop. My least favorite part of this podcast. You know what? Fuck this, dog. I'm ending this shit podcast with Toasted Turds, guys. Toasted Turds. We're shilling the project right now. No, because
Don't
we'll get
you
flamed.
cannot say
We'll
that
get
part.
flamed. 'cause
That
someone's
part
gonna
right
make it-
now.
Toast.
Let me say this really quick. No one on the show has any. No one on the show has any affiliation. Doesn't matter what nation. We don't do Okay, listen. I want to say this.
Better not change your motherfucking station. We're coming up right now.
I want to say this. And I
You
really
wanna say this
no, stop.
right now.
No, actually go. I have to say this. No one on the show has any affiliation with Toasted Turds. If the project does come to fruition, it's not us. I swear to God, SEC, like
They're gonna sample this because they'll sample this.
you know it's gonna get made now, 100%.
Toasted turd.
Yeah, I'm a turd, I've been toasted. Better yet, I've been roasted.
Yeah.
I've been liked by the mosted. Never catch me on motherfucking posted.
Yeah.
Pull up on a scene.
That is
Little
hot.
stinky, yeah, motherfucking dream.
Yeah. All right, fuck it, actually. You know what?
know
Go
you're
to
fucking
Open
in.
Sea. Go to Open Sea.
I know
We could have made so much money.
That's the podcast. Thank you guys for watching. Liam Payne, ladies and gentlemen. If you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. We love you. We'll see you next time. Take it easy. Peace.